of Erica Jane from the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Now, Girardi was known for representing victims of disasters against large companies. So let's bring in certified criminal law specialist Lou Shapiro. Lou, the defense tried to argue that Girardi was not competent to stand trial because of a recent Alzheimer's diagnosis. The trial happened, the verdict was guilty. So why did the judge rule the way he did?
Well, that decision was made prior to trial, and there were experts and reports provided that made their pitch for both sides. But ultimately, the judge decided that Girardi did make statements, show proper cognitive abilities and control to the point where he could meaningfully and intelligently assist his counsel. Now, at the trial itself, his defense tried to argue that you can't really hold Girardi accountable for what went on in the firm because during that time period of the embezzlement, Girardi wasn't well mentally. So that's still a different standard. It was a defense that was thrown out there, but the jury just didn't buy it.
So, Lou, as you know, these cases take time. Will his health factor into a sentencing that could take place, depending on how long he decides to appeal things, months, if not years down the road?
Yeah, so this puts the judge in a very difficult position because on one hand, the conduct is egregious, a financial crime, a lot of money, and an attorney is in a position of power and trust. So there's a lot of reasons why a judge would want to go harsh on sentencing on such an individual. But the competing interest is you have a person who is up there in age, who is not well from a health perspective. I don't think anyone thinks that he's lying about this in any way. So a judge is torn, and it will be very interesting to see how the judge balances those factors in determining what an appropriate sentence is. Will there be appeal? Will there be an appeal? There might be, but I don't think that's going to get very far. I think sentencing is really something that everyone's going to be focusing on as the next phase in this matter.
Yeah, I was just going to ask you whether this is one of those Kaiser Solsoy cases where the defendant presents one thing and then the minute the verdict is reached, walks out the door upright. Will his defrauded clients, though, will they get their money back?
So unfortunately, it doesn't appear that way. It seems that a lot of the money, and we're talking about in the millions here, that was not given to the client was instead used for things like country clubs, vacations, to his ex-wife's company for her success. So I don't think the victims are going to be seeing a lot of this money. And that's sort of what one of them said at the end of the trial. They were interviewed outside the courtroom. And she said, while this may be a victory for the prosecution, where does that leave the victims who still never got paid their money that they were due from years ago from the injuries that they suffered?
Hey, Lou, a lot of Bravo fans actually questioned the lavish lifestyle of Girardi and Erica Jane on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. How do you think fame played a factor in this verdict?
Fame definitely played a role in a sense that the jury had to have been inflamed and offended by where they saw these funds go. Girardi's defense was that the person that handles the accounting in our law firm was the one that didn't balance things correctly and allowed money to stream to where it got to. But that just didn't fly. It was a very quick verdict. And the jury just decided, if you are running a law firm, you are responsible for everything that goes on in it, especially how the money is spent. So to try and throw somebody else under the bus for you not doing your responsibility as a leader of this law firm, that's not going to work with this jury.
Lou, final question before I let you go. Erica Jane filed for divorce back in 2021, but they have yet to finalize that split. Do you believe the speculation that the divorce was all for show, trying to protect Erica Jane from financial blowback, if you will?
Well, the timing of it, of course, was no coincidence. She had every incentive to try to distance herself as much as possible from this, especially in light of the fact that a criminal prosecution was on the horizon. But only Erica Jane can really answer that question, what was going through her mind when she filed that divorce. Was it to distance herself from the case, or was it to distance herself from him?
Criminal certified law specialist Lou Shapiro on the scene for us in Los Angeles. Lou, as always, we thank you.
You got it.
As we head to break, let's take a look at Wall Street We are now about 22 minutes away from the closing bell. As you can see, the Dow continues its downward struggles, although it is off of its lows earlier about an hour and a half ago. Right now, the Dow at 41,050, above 41,000. So your 401k is not suffering that much. We're back out on the scene in 3 minutes. Stay with us.
If you live in rural America and want better high-speed internet at home, say hello to the new HughesNet.
Hi!
Now you can do it all. Connect, stream, and play wherever you live.
Now you can shop till you drop because your internet won't.
Now I can video conference with confidence.
Yes!
The new HughesNet is Jupiter-powered with unlimited data and faster speeds than ever before.
Now I can stream up anything I can dream up.
That's right.
And HughesNet Fusion plans combine satellite and wireless technologies for a faster, more responsive internet experience.
Hal, there's no shame in my game.
Oh, game on.
This is satellite internet reinvented.
Nice.
Call now and get free professional installation and save $25 a month for 12 months.
This changes everything.
Yes, it does.
Now it's your chance to get the new HughesNet. Call 1-800-429-6136.
Here's some information about replacing windows and doors that just may surprise you. I'm Brian Gary. I'm here with Brian Price from Renewal by Anderson.
Hey, Brian. Homeowners always ask, my windows aren't even 10 years old. Why do I have to replace them? But if they aren't quality windows, they may not last.
Some builders put money into kitchens and bathrooms and cheap out on the windows. I see it all the time. But your reputation for quality is unheard of in this industry.
Well, thanks, Brian. We've been the full-service replacement window division of Anderson for almost 30 years. So when people don't want to mess around and they want quality, they call us.
What can you say about your certified master installers?
Well, a new window or door is only going to last if it's installed properly. Renewal by Anderson installers go through intense classroom and field training programs. Many of them have installed thousands of windows. I mean, talk about mastering something.
If the homeowner has an issue and has to chase down different contractors and companies, they get stuck in the blame game, and that's the worst.
Right. The manufacturer points to the installer points to the manufacturer. With us, there's no blame game or finger pointing because we manage the whole process, from consultation to installation.
And you don't do estimates?
No, we do something better. We'll come out, assess your current windows and doors, and leave you with an exact price that's good for an entire year.
Nice, no pressure.
Today's homeowner, a trusted home improvement resource for over 35 years, named Renewal by Anderson the top pick for replacement window companies. We're proud of that. Oh, and here's this month's discount.
It's Renewal by Anderson's 31-day sales event. Buy one window, patio door, or entry door and get the next one 40% off with a minimum purchase of 4. Plus, save an extra $45 off every window and door with no money down, no monthly payments, and no interest for 12 months. Our 31-day sales event ends August 31st. For a free appointment during this sales event, call 1-800-662-0202.
Right now, you're looking live on the scene. That is Savannah, Georgia, Air Force 2.